Good morning, dear students. It's so wonderful to see you all through online, through videos. Today, what we are going to do is, already you had finished with the prose and the grammar part. Last class, you had about grammar. Today, you are going to learn poem. Okay? The whole unit talks about or says about adventure. Okay? So adventure means what? Something thrilling, something extraordinary, something you want to know it. Understand? So that's what we saw in the prose. Okay? So in the poem, I just want to read out what I have written on the board, and I want to say something about this poet to you. So, okay, we will just go towards the board and I'll just read it out for you. So, today's thing is Unit 1. Under that poem, the poem's name is The Poem of Adventure. The Poem of Adventure. So, about the poet, the name of the poet is George Truscott. George Truscott. He was born on 30th June 1951. His birthplace was Samos. It is in Greece. And right now he lives in Melbourne, which is in Australia. In this Australia continent, in Melbourne, he lives. He is an aspiring poet. He has written quite a number of poems. Okay? Under that, among that, you are going to learn the poem of adventure. Not only that, he is inspired by nature, science of philosophy and spiritual aspects of life. So he's been saying, or he has written the poem, quite a number of poems. What he has written is, he has written how he has been inspired, how he has been motivated by the nature, science of philosophy, spiritual things, okay, how it has been helpful for him in his life, that he has written in this poem. He has studied Eastern and Western religious and associated philosophy over 35 years. Over 35 years he has been finding out eastern part and the western part of his places, and he has done a lot of natural things, studies and everything, and he has written this poem. So he has practiced various forms of yoga and meditation. You all might be doing at home, okay, some simple yogas at home, okay, and some meditations at home, because so that this will make you to be physically fit and fine, to take away your sorrows and to take away all your depressions and all that. You do some meditations that keeps your soul in control and in peace. So with this, I just want to read out the poem for you. Okay? So here, he says, not only that, when they rode on the horses, okay, adventurous things. So how you saw previously how they were on a horse and they went in adventurous things, like that, same here also it is carried over and they go on the horses. All that, when we read the lines of the poem, I will teach you. Okay, now I want to read the lines. You just turn to your textbook, page number 102, 102. Okay. Deep inside the mountain, the adventurers hide themselves. They are all of forms and shapes. Deep inside the mountain, the adventurers hide themselves. They are all forms and shapes. So here the poet describes about the adventure. They hide themselves deep inside the mountain, and they are all different forms, and not only forms, they are in different shapes. See, when you see the mountains, okay, when you see, for an example, you can see Erkard mountains, understand, Erkard hills. You see that how when you go closer to that, they are in different forms, okay, they are in different shapes. Maybe some look like a rectangle, triangle, square, or whatever shape, different shapes you and different forms you will come across. They all have an excellent ending, because those that live their lives in adventure see the world in extraordinary, special way. All these adventures have an excellent ending. Understand? So, whatever you see, understand? So, all these have a different ending. They have excellent ending. Some might be very sharp. From the bottom, it will be very sharp going up. Understand? Again, coming down as a steep. Understand? So, like that. Some might be like a blunt thing. Understand? So, like that, you have something excellent ending you have when you go for an adventure. When Man vs. Wild, you would have seen how that fellow goes deep into the Amazon forest, understand? And he wants to do some adventurous, something or the other he wants to find out. So like that, all these adventures have an excellent, extraordinary ending. Those that live in an adventurous life see the world in an extraordinary, special way. They see something extraordinary which you and I cannot see. Those who go on adventurous things can see that. That's what the poet is saying here. To attract the adventures into the patterns of habit, you only need to close your eyes and ask them to embrace you. Embrace you means what? Hug you, or to just pamper on your shoulder. Say, come on, good, keep doing it. Understand? The adventures are attracted to become our patterns of habit. Whatever you want to do, the adventures becomes like your own. Understand? So you just have to close your eyes and ask the adventure to embrace you very fondly. You can also imagine that you are transparent and feel the wind stream through you instead of going against you. Transparent means what? You might have some glass thing or something. You can see through from this side, through the other side you can see through. So that is called transparent. Okay? You can imagine that you are clear in your mind and can feel the wind pass through you instead of going against you. When you are traveling, when you are going for adventurous thing, you are in something, it is like a transparent, your mind is set clear, understand? You can feel the wind, and as though it is just passing through you instead of going against you. Instead of you going against that, it is like as though passing through you. Like that kind of a transparent thing, you can see it. That's what the poet is saying here. Oh, or imagine there are tiny little wings on your back. And every time you take a new step, you bounce a bit. That means what? Imagine that you are a tiny little wings on your back. Think, imagine as though you have a little two tiny wings. That means what? If you have wings, what will you do? You can just fly. You can just make yourself lighter. That's what it says here. Okay? And you can bounce a bit. For and suppose bounce. You can just take a ball and just throw it on the wall. Again it bounces back to you. That's what it says here. You will imagine that there are tiny wings you have on your back so that you can take up and go to a adventure thing and put a new step, and as though you can jump a bit, and you can be in full of joy. Joy will be filled in you as though you can bounce back. Maybe life itself is one thing adventure if only you have the correct shades on you. Life is itself is a big adventure, okay? If only you wear the exact shade on you. That means what? You see, for an example, from a little child, from baby to 13 years, you all might be in 13 or 12, I think you all might be in 11 or 12 years, understand? So in this age, so each stage of your age, it is an adventurous things, understand? It is an adventure, okay? You do something or the other. What you did in your baby stage, you won't do it in your this age, you won't do it. What do you do in your teenage thing? You won't do it in your youth age, young age, you won't do it, understand? So in this way, you have in your life big adventures, understand? So that's what the poet is saying. He had in his life, something or the other, big adventurous things he had, and it was like wearing something different shade it had on you. Back in the days of old, when knights were bold, who with a sword or lance in armor sought romance. In the olden days, knights were brave and bold. See, when a poet, this poet George, he goes on an adventure, he does an adventurous thing, or he goes on an adventure to find something different, so he rode on a horse. So when he went on a horse, what happened? So he had soldiers with him, knights with him. How the soldiers will be? They'll be very brave and bold enough to face whatever the situation or to face the challenges, whatever they come across. So they had sword with them, they had spear with them, and they were in an armor, they were in search of romance. Okay, see, not only that, armor means what? Okay, they had something metal kind of dressed like a breastplate, like that and all. They would have had a sword in them, they would have had a crown in their what they will wear on their head, so that whoever fights with them, they cannot that spear and sword cannot harm them, they cannot die. Not only with that, and they were searching for romance. That means what? For love. They were searching with all this, they went on adventurous things. It was the age of chivalry. Long ago in man's history, went to fight for a righteous cause and did gain considerable applause. So long ago, during the knightly system, it was in the man's history when they should fight for a good cause. The soldiers, the knights, they fighting only for a good cause. Unnecessary things and all, they didn't do it. They also gained a good extent of applause for their deeds. Whatever they did, they got a good appreciation, good claps. They got something saying, well done, you have done something good. Okay, next. It was mainly for show, love and glory. They deemed themselves being worthy to capture the heart of some fair maiden, which was the most desired prize laden. The knights regarded themselves as worthy. The soldiers, the poet, what he is saying about the knights. So, regarded themselves worthy. It was something worth to get the hand of a fair lady who was the most desired prize for them. Deemed means what? Considered. Maiden means what? Young woman. Laden means what? Heavily loaded. So, they had to add all this with them. They did all these acts mainly to show love and fame, to have a good reputation, to have a good love. Because of this, they did this. They would strike heavy blows on all their opponents and foes. In one-to-one combat, they feigned death as crowds watched with a bated breath. The knights hit very heavily blows on their opponents and enemies. The knights, they had a fight with the opponents. That means what? When you play cricket, when you play football, naturally there will be one team on the right and the other team on the left. One team will be there and the other will be opponent. So in the here also we see on the opponents they had enemies. So they had a challenge with the opponents for one-to-one fight. Understand? They did not bother about losing their life. Being dead, they didn't mind about that. Understand? The crowd watched them fight by holding their breath in suspense. My goodness, what is going to happen to that opponent? What is going to happen to that enemy? Is he going to die or is he going to attack the other one? Like that, they were all in suspense and watching this adventurous thing. Yes, it was far back in those days of yore that courage and strength came to the fore. Where they were was this life and death struggle. Such issues at times the knights would jiggle. Yes, it was a long time in those days. Courage and strength were given important first. Understand? It is not so easy to give a certificate or say, my goodness, you have courage, man. You are so bold enough. You have lot of strength. You can defeat them. With words they won't say in those days and all. Only you would have learnt in history, understand how this kingdom and that kingdom fought and who won and which kingdom got the good name. Understand? Like that, here also, it was long back in those days, courage and strength were given importance first. Understand? To give importance for the courage and for the strength, it is not so easy. There was a struggle between life and death. Okay, when you go for a war, understand, when you fight with the soldiers, when you go into adventurous things, naturally, if you come back, it is good. If you are not coming back, that means what? You are going to die, or you would have died, understand, due to some kind of something or the other, or some animals would have killed you, or somewhere you would have got something bad would have happened, understand, or some other person whose opponent or the other soldiers would have been there, or other knights would have been there, and they would have targeted and they would have finished, understand. So that's what it says here. Such issues were handled bravely by the knights. So by the soldiers, all this life and death were handled so bravely, understand. They were so wise enough, they knew how to just move forward, understand. You are all at home, you know how to play the chess, understand. The king, the queen and all other soldiers, how you just kill everyone and just win it, understand. That is the same method you see here. Long ago, 4 placed in front, juggle, cope with balancing, and in fighting for their country, faith and king, noble impressions on people's mind would ring, that even though the ages are held in high esteem, those knights in shining armor do now all seen. That means what? When they fight for their country, okay, what they have in their mind is to capture one people's mind, to capture one kingdom, to capture one sect or the group of soldiers. That's what was the war. That's what they had in their mind. So when they fought for their country, good impressions are felt in every person's mind. Good impressions will be there always in person's mind. These impressions are held in high esteem, high above through ages. These knights are even seen, remembered now in shining armor. Okay, armor already, what I told you, they will have all those iron made of dress what they wear, understand. So with this, they remember with, although that is very heavy on them, so during night, it will be, during night, due to the moonlight, it will be what? As though it will be shining on them. Through this also, they want to achieve and they want to win the battle. There are many legends based on their heroic exploits, a legacy of tales which have been told with much adroit, highlighting aspects of human wisdom related to virtue and vice, and the lessons to be learnt are those of goodness and sacrifice. There are many stories based on their heroic deeds. Whatever the hero does, whatever good thing they does, that will be said by the soldiers, or it will be said by the kingdoms, understand? So whoever were there, it was brought to the light. They are all inheritance of tales which they have been told by people with much skill. Whatever the skill they had, everything, inheritance, everything, understand? So everything was told, understand? The people tell these stories of knights, of highlighting all aspects of human wisdom related to virtue and voice. The lessons learnt are those of goodness and sacrifice. So it was for what it was said. The lesson learnt here, it is for goodness and for sacrifice. So, legacy means what? Handed over by preceders. History usually repeats itself time and again, as it often happens. A situation comes when we have asked to do something for a just cause and acting with chivalry, we shouldn't pause. See, whatever we read, history always keeps on what? Repeating. History usually repeats itself all the time, as it often happens. We should never stop to do deeds of adventure. When the adventure opportunity comes, we should do it for a good cause and act with chivalry. So that means what? So history always repeats. Always what you should do is keep on doing something good. Keep on doing something better. Keep on doing which we'll talk about later days. Understand? So we should do something which will cause a good cause, not bad, not which disturbs others. So that's what this poet is talking about. Understand? So this is said by who? George, the poet. Understand? So in this, you will come across some rhyming words, rhyming schemes, and all this in your poem. You can just make a note of it, or you can just see your notes what will be giving, and you can just make a note of it. Okay, I just want to see, turn to your page number 103. In that first, second thing, first, second, third, fourth, okay. In that page, the stanza, it says, or, folk. So it is a rhyming word. Struggle, juggle. King, ring. Esteem, seem. Exploits, droit. Wise, sacrifice. Again, when. Okay, all this. King, ring, esteem, seem. So in this way, you can learn the rhyming words. So you have rhyming words here, rhyming scheme, A, B. Okay. So with this, I want to finish the lesson. So you would have finished reading the poem again and again. You read this poem, whatever notes we are giving you, make sure you write in your fan note and learn for your assignments and all that. Understand? So thank you, dear children.